Well, there she is, G512 DCP. Hello everyone and welcome back to Project Fern. I'm Danny and we've got a good video for you today because I've managed to track down my 1989 Ford Escort RS Turbo Series 2. So I owned the car in 2007. The guy who sold the car, I bought it and then he ended up buying it back off me. Unfortunately, it's not a happy ending. There is a bit of a story to what's happened to the car, which is what we're going to start out today. It is the guy who still owns it who I thought, and I was trying to track down. I heard nothing from when it went cold over a year ago, so I just left him to it. I thought maybe he doesn't want to be contacted, but anyway, he's reached out to me now. He's invited me over to Blackpool. I'm not going to go into locations or anything like that because more will come about that when I get over there. But we're going to go and have a look at this car and see what state it is in now and go through the full story with you. So let's make our way over there. I've got Fritz in the car. We're going to be going on a bit of a road trip and I'll see you when we get over there. Right people, I've arrived in Blackpool and I've just pulled over. I'm going to let Fritz go to the toilet before we get to the location where I'm meeting the current owner of the car. So I'm just going to briefly touch on the information I've got so far on it. So the chap who bought it off me, when I sold it him, if you've not watched the other videos on the car, there's two of them. They're in the link in the description below where I go through when I owned the car, what condition it were in, trying to find it, loads of pictures and all that stuff. It was a low owner, 89,000 mile Ford Escort RS Turbo Series 2 in radiant red. It had full service history as well. Low owner, absolutely mint car. I was 21 year old I think. And it needed a bit of welding. I was skint. Obviously in my head it's just a £2,000 car back then. So the guy who owned it before me then bought it back off me. Just needed a few hundred quid spending on it. He then got the welding done, tarted it back up a little bit, and he put it in a unit, and he had a collection of Ford cars in there. 3 or 4 Escort RS Turbos, Escort Cosworth, loads of Fiestas and stuff like that. Unfortunately, that unit got broken into and the cars were stripped. My old Escort RS Turbo, a Mercury grey one that I've seen pictures of, and a few other bits. Now I don't know what cars are actually going to be here today. I hope there's quite a few of them so I can get some pictures and stuff, but I'm going to get the full story off the guy. I'm going to show you the cars as they sit now, and then we'll jump back in the car and talk a little bit more. I know the guy who's invited me over today to look at the car. There's going to be a reward for information on these cars, where the parts have ended up. It's quite a close-knit community is the Ford one, and I'm sure that people know where these parts ended up or what cars are on. I don't think he's too bothered about the people who've ended up buying these parts. I think he just wants to know where they got these parts from, especially on my car. They've took the 2 doors off, which we'll see in a minute. That car had X-Glass on it with the reg number, which was G512 DCP. There's got to be someone out there who knows. This breaking apparently took place 2 to 3 years ago, so these parts might have made the rounds a little bit. I don't know, but I'm going to get back on the road now, go and see what's going on, speak to the guy who owns them now. He's asked me to remain anonymous, which I respect, so I'm not going to be mentioning his name or anything like that. So we'll go and see him now and see what's going on, see what cars are there. Well, there she is, G512 DCP, and it's not like the pictures I just shown you. Unfortunately, the thieves have stolen the head, all the bits from underneath the bonnet, including the bonnet and the washer jets. They've took the front bumper, the radiator, pretty much everything on front end, and they've also took the 2 doors. They've took the boot off it, and as I mentioned earlier in the other clip, the door actually had the reg number etched into the glass, G512 DCP. And as I mentioned before too, we're not bothered about getting the parts back. So if you've bought these parts and you're worried that someone's going to come knocking on your door, taking your doors off your car, it's not going to happen. We just want to know where you bought them from so we can start tracking down who broke into the unit and took the parts off. They have a short list of names, so people better start quaking in the boots because we're going to find out who's took these parts and then go from there with it. But I'll just show you inside the car too. The interior's been stripped out. It looks like they took the panels as well. The dashboard's gone, which is such a shame because it would have had the dials in showing the car done 89,000 miles. I know I'm sounding quite chirpy as I walk around this car, but I can tell you I'm absolutely mortified. It's absolutely gutting seeing it like this, and I really feel for the owner, and I'm just glad he's reached out to me now, and hopefully we can start finding out where these bits ended up and who sold them. This car will get resurrected and will be put back on the road, and it'll be restored back to its former glory. It's just such a sad world we live in when you shouldn't have to be doing that. This car should have been rolled out of that unit exactly like it was the day it was pushed into it, which was a beautiful 1989 Series 2 Escort RS Turbo, sorry. But I tried hunting it down, I found it. It's not the ending that we expected, but it's not the end for this car. Hopefully in not too distant future I'll be coming back showing you it rebuilt and done. But yeah, I'll leave it at there for showing you inside the car and stuff. I think you can see what's gone on, and we'll catch up on the video when we're back outside. There you go guys, my journey in finding the car is over. I found it. It's not in the condition I thought it was going to be in. I managed to keep the composure pretty well in there, but I was absolutely gutted. To see the car like that is heartbreaking, if I'm being honest, but to know that the guy who owns it now, he's going to work on putting it back to where it was, is a saving grace, I suppose, and going to give it a happy ending that it deserves. Obviously I've been touching on the fact that this car's been stripped along with others. It happened about 2-3 years ago in St Anne's. Hopefully someone has some information on it. If you'd like to get in contact with me on Instagram, Project Fern. The guy who owns the car is adamant on finding out who took these parts. He's not on about who's bought them, he's just on about where you got them parts from. Quite some bespoke parts on the car as well. I'm going to put a picture of the engine bay up of that car on the screen now. There was also a Mercury Grey Escort RS Turbo that got stripped as well. So there's plenty of parts out there. Again, it is 2 or 3 years ago, but these parts do resurface. Or do you remember buying them back then? They're not interested in getting the people in trouble who bought them. It's just trying to find the guys who stripped them. They reckon they were going in and out of the unit over 3 or 4 months stripping these cars out. They ended up leaving a toolbox, which makes them think that they got disturbed at some point and never returned. Exhaust systems have been taken. Pretty much anything, like I keep saying, valuable has been taken off these cars. Sorry about the rain. I'd just like to thank the owner of the cars for letting me come over. So hit me up on Project Fern and we can hopefully find out who did this. And I'm sure anyone will agree who's got a car that they love, to find it in a condition like that. When you parked it away and the car's absolutely mint, it'd absolutely break your heart, no doubt ruin your life, because you can go and buy another one, you can put it back together, but it's still never going to be the same as it was the first time round. So I'm going to end the video there today, guys. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Hit the like button and please share this video as much as you can to try and help us find out who actually did this. And I'll see you in the next video.